Meet the billionaire that built the world's largest animal rescue. Ambani. Ambani. See, I just need to get it out, but I can't say the first name. Anant Ambani. This is Forrest Gallant. I can't even read his name.
This is Anant Ambani, Indian billionaire businessman and the visionary behind Vantara, the largest wildlife sanctuary on Earth, having rescued over 1 million animals. As I was helping with a tiger ingestion at Vantara, Anant walked in and I caught him for an intimate one-on-one interview. This is that interview.
Let me ask you something. Why? It's so much rescue. Why? It's just every day, every night.
Just a passion I built since I was a young child. I thought that we should do something for the animals who have no word, like they can't speak for themselves. And these are all endangered animals. I don't know if my great-grandchild will be able to ever see them in the wild.
Right.
So I did something. I think we all talk about being kind to animals, and we are taught that from a young child, that you have to, at least in our Indian culture, that you have to be kind.
Yeah, when he's talking about being kind to animals, I'm like, that's Indian culture. The rest of the world doesn't really care about that. It doesn't really care. But there are endangered species. You try to protect endangered species. But the problem is there are always those that want to hunt the endangered species. Just like there's always those that want to eat the one protected class in society, you know. Children being the one protected class. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I believe it's a great thing he's doing. Absolutely great thing. Absolutely. Animals do need more protection. They do need more wildlife. They do need more range. Like, I don't like how there's so many barriers and gates and fences up on U.S. soil. But then again, having cows walking across the road would kind of destroy the road, then create a lot of traffic. I mean, having them all pinned in, but they also have wide pastures, so it is kind of, but it depends on where they're at and what kind of farm they're on. But yeah, there should be like more regulation, more protection, and not so many cullings of certain species.
Into animals, and you have to think a lot about animals. However, no one thinks about how we should care for these animals and how we must take care of these animals in a way that they're happy and in a way that we can preserve
He looks
them.
so bored.
So my main aim was to, from a child, I've always rescued animals. I first rescued an animal from the slaughterhouse in Mumbai. My grandfather took me, and it was a chicken.
A chicken.
So my first ever animal, I was 2 years
Humans,
old.
the most dangerous species? Yes,
I had
yes, we
500
are.
chickens, because every time I did something good, my grandfather said, go get a chicken, go get a chicken, go get a chicken.
And just like a food chicken, just a regular food chicken.
White. In India, we call them boiler chickens. Then my second rescued animal were goats.
Okay.
So I started off with
We're the
you went
apex
small to bigger to
predator.
bigger.
yeah, and then I had fish at home, mollies and guppies. And that time, our government was releasing guppies in the drains to keep the mosquito population in control.
Right.
So I used to go with a net wherever the puddles would form and get the guppies out in the monsoon season. So that's how it all started. And then slowly I thought that there are a lot of people doing a lot for domestic animals, but for the wild, there are very few people who do rescue, rehabilitation, and conservation breeding. So I thought this should become the hub.
Well, and a lot of those that do it, they do it for, like, respect to what he's doing, but the people that have the heart for it normally don't come from money and aren't able to actually give it their all. They dedicate their entire lives to something where it's only themselves having to do everything. When he has the financial backing to actually do more, which is absolutely great. No shade on him, But if only he could, like, find those who are trying to do it around the world and, like, aid them in a way. Like, I think that would be great too, because there are others who are trying to do the same, take in wild animals, rehabilitate them, birds that have broken their wings, or like a rabbit that has a broken paw, or, like, you know, things like that, and they'll try to rehabilitate them and either release them back into the wild or keep them nurtured, have them live a long life, even when they, you know, can't live much longer.
And I started this my first elephant I rescued was in 2007.
Wow, that's a long time ago already.
I was a young boy, so I rescued.
A teenager.
I was, I think, 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
When I rescued my first ever baby elephant. She was not a baby. I call her baby. She was a baby to me,
To
but
you.
she was 30 years old. I don't know if you can film her, but her name is Gauri.
Oh, we filmed Gory.
Yeah.
She's the old elephant, the little one. She's
Yes,
relatively
yes,
short. We
yes,
filmed
yes.
Gory. She's beautiful.
So that was the first elephant. I was going to Ranthambore Tiger Reserve.
Uh-huh.
So I was in the car and I saw her walk with a person who was making a beg
Yeah.
to survive for himself also.
Sure.
So at that time we got her. The Mahout is still here. You meet him too. His
So
name is
on your-
Kailash.
On your very first rescue, you rescued her and the Mahout.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you
yes.
brought them both.
Yes, Kailash is still here.
Is that
He's actually the owner of the elephant.
is that the foundation of Vantara, that first elephant?
Yes.
She started
In
it all.
wild animals, the first elephant, and I rescued, I think, 9 macaws from Great Mumbai Circus.
What do you do when you are driving down the road and you pull over and go, I want to save that elephant and I want you to come with me? How does... It's not like you had this
Money! Give him money! Give him money!
built
I
at
spoke to
time.
the Mahawat, and actually Kailash became a good friend.
Oh, love.
So I spoke to him. I would talk to him maybe. It was like, I just did not go and say, I want to buy an elephant. Let's go home.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Sit down.
You can't buy elephants. So I maybe met him 10 times. I went to Jaipur from Mumbai
Oh my goodness.
10 times, and I met him and I told him that, we'll get you a better life. You can stay there with the elephant. The elephant will have a better life. He will have a better life. His family will be educated.
Wow.
So he had a daughter and a son. One was
Wow.
3 and one was 5.
Okay.
So we got them and we educated them.
You brought the whole family.
So we got the whole family. So rescue operation also at a lot of times, especially
Rescue
with
the
elephants
family.
in India, needs a lot of persuasion, needs a lot of dedication from our end to convince the owners that this is the better way. We don't like to tell them that they're doing it the wrong way because they're less aware of what they're doing. So for them,
Nice guy. He received trolling when he got married because she was good looking than him. Well, I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. My wife is way too good looking for me. People are jealous, but should not be jealous. Should not be this jealous. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They should not. They should not. Like, you hope that the marriage is like the relationship is pure and she's not just there for the money, which probably a portion of it is. But again, kind hearts sometimes can win out the other person. Like, they can just, I have a feeling he would be most respectful to his wife and probably never belittle her, never cheat her, be respectful towards her. Like, and that's a rarity in men. Let's be honest. That's a rarity in men. We tend to be very, I don't think heathenistic is the term, but we tend to be very barbaric. We tend to be very barbaric. Need to be the alpha lion kind of nonsense. But he just seems like he'd be genuine to her. But time will tell. We'll find out. But because not everyone is as they appear. But he just seems like he'd be a genuine person to her. And that's the thing. That's actually a good thing. She would be is lucky to find someone who's incredibly rich and seems to have a kind heart. Seems to have a kind heart. Both are from rich family business married. Oh, okay. Then yeah, that's fine. That's fine. maybe she will be the unlawful one because he seems incredibly nice. That's the funny part. Is like, because I've seen him talking, he just seems like a happy kind of guy. I would trust him over his wife. She's too good looking for him. No, because that's the thing. You can find like again. I've talked to my wife. You don't look at how someone is now. You think about the life you're going to spend together forever. The wrinkles you'll get together, the grays and white hairs you'll grow together, the aging bodies, the pains of growing old that you share together. You don't think about the here and now. You don't think about the here and now. You keep your mind ahead to the future. You enjoy the here and now, but you don't dwell on it because the future is just going to be so much sweeter.
and it's their father who's taught them how to control the elephant. And some people do positive reinforcement, some people do negative reinforcement.
And it's a balance,
So
right?
it's a balance,
Yeah.
but sometimes because of the lack of awareness, it's a negative reinforcement. That's their own way. So here my way is that I don't think they're wrong. I rather rehabilitate them to take care of the animal
Yeah.
in a correct way than telling them they're wrong and get them off it.
Sure.
Because they have how will they fill their stomachs otherwise?
Right. And they have to break a generational cycle so
They
that
do.
their children, if they become mahouts and their children aren't negative. They have to be
100%.
positive.
100%.
So last thing, and then I know we've got more to do. I'll ask you one last thing because I'm just so curious. You start with one elephant and you've built the largest wildlife facility in the world. That's renegade conservation. That's not conservation done by the book. It's not like you went to school to be a biologist.
To be honest, I've done political science and business management.
Yeah.
So I've studied in these two topics from Brown University.
Right.
It's all practical knowledge, and I've learned from the vets I interact with, from the keepers I interact with, from my biologists, from my management team. So it's on-the-job learning, and I have traveled extensively to see how other animal care centers work. And I must say that I am very proud of small rescue centers operating in India and people with limited resources doing so much for wildlife, like Wildlife SOS and Rescue in Pune and the Pune Snake Park, stuff like that. So I got my inspiration from people across India. Like there was a very famous person in India called Dr. Prakash Amte. He's dedicated his life to do rescue work for wildlife and rehabilitate wildlife. At the same time, he's also a doctor by profession, and he free of cost gives treatment to the locals in the area where he is, which is an extremely forested area and with limited resources. So in India, there's a lot of inspiration to look around. Whenever I travel, I make it a point to visit the local rescue center, rehabilitation center, and also to visit local zoos, because zoos do a lot for rehabilitation. People always misconceive. Yes, I don't know what zoos were 20 years ago, but today 80% of the zoos are working towards animal conservation, breeding, preservation,
and reintegration into society or into the wildlife. A lot of zoos do that. They bring in endangered species or whatever. They'll breed them, and then they'll try to reintroduce them into the wildlife in controlled, of course, in a controlled environment, because they still, like, if it's a predator, they need to learn how to hunt. If they're domesticated to just know when to expect food, they'll never learn to hunt for themselves. So there are ways of doing it. But yeah, that most zoos, especially in the United States, all work is like a rehabilitation location for like animals. Like if there's an animal out in the wild that causes havoc, it either gets returned to the mountains, there was a mountain lion that came down the mountain a little while ago, and I think it was 4 or 6, something like that. I think it was 4, a mother and like 3 cubs came down from the mountain, and I don't think they were going to return the mountain lion back up. It would have gone to a zoo for rehabilitation. Maybe the cubs would get re-released into another location, but it was overpopulated, so they need a new home. So that's kind of one thing, because it was too cold and they had to come down.
And releasing back in the wild. So I don't know if you read the news. We just sent 41 Spix macaws back to the wild.
I've been following it like this, very, very closely.
So eventually we run a lot of breeding conservation projects here. So eventually our aim for Vantara is conservation breeding, preservation, rescue and rehabilitation, and creating a genetic bank that no one else has ever seen.
Right.
So that
To re-release
a lot of captive species today are founder species for the wild. Like that, we always have a stable captive population, so that ever the wild needs it, we can support it. At the same time, supporting the wild also is one of our main missions.
So where is your passion? Is it business and everything that you've accomplished, or is it wildlife? Where does it rank for you?
I think every person has a calling.
Yes.
So my calling is wildlife, and my dream and ambition is to do good for Indian people with business.
And you figured out how to do both.
I think there's not been a single day in my life, at least from the last 15 years, that I've not given 2 hours a day to Vantara. So my aim is not more than 2 hours, because I think, and weekends I'm mostly here. So Jamnagar is home for me, so I work from here.
Sure.
So yeah, that's it.
Well, it's a very admirable passion, and I know, whether you admit it or not, we've spent more than 2 hours talking about wildlife in a day. So thank you for everything, my friend.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview and want to learn more about what Vantara looks like behind the scenes, please check out Vantara Sanctuary Stories right now on HBO Max. And
oh, it's on HBO Max, and he's got an entire original show on Hulu, Animal Planet, HBO Max, Joy, Hotstar, Discovery Plus. Oh my gosh, I had no clue. But yeah, that's so fascinating. But I gotta say, I respect to those who, like, when you have money, it's so easy to just fall down the wanting more. And probably he has way too much money that he could ever spend in a lifetime, and probably a few lifetimes. So what does he do with it? He reintegrates it back to doing something good. And that is amazing. That is incredibly amazing. I got to say, respect to him. I like that. It's great when you see that. Of course, there are those who literally, the protection of animals is their main calling, and then they literally start it themselves. And yeah, sure, they can't go far with it. Why? Because, well, their life is they were poor, and they can't dedicate their life to it. That they create like YouTube channels to show, like, what was it, Save the Foxes, like her, who ended up taking her own life due to just depression and everything. But yeah, like those people who literally start something up, trying to do something good, get help from people who wanna send support, but don't have the ability to do it themselves. And I gotta say, that's actually pretty good. I like when people, like, that's the good thing about like GoFundMe's and startups and like like YouTube, and it gives people a platform to seek their dreams. If you want to protect like a specific species of animal, if you want to go out there and do like journalism, if you want to go out, like, there is a market for you. And you can reach people who want to see what you're doing and send aid to help support you. And I think that's incredibly great, because people who do this for animals, respect to them. Like, for me, I love animals, but I don't think I could dedicate my time to the grooming, the bathing, the like every single thing that they require. Like, I have 2 4-legged children right now, and already that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I mean, I love them. They're amazing, but they are a lot of work. But again, it's some people have it as their calling, just like some people have like going off to fight for their nation as their calling. Some people have well, not a decent bone in their body and think that doing crime is their calling, but you get all kinds. But the fact that he has money and he could literally do anything with it, and he chooses to make an animal's life better. Could he make people's lives better? Sure. But it's far easier to get to feel something for an animal that, well, it's an animal. Like, you see, like in the US, you see someone shock a dog, you feel something. You feel enraged. You want to hurt that person. And imagine him just going around seeing all the cruelty done to animals, and he's like, I can do something about that. I can do something about it. And then he goes around and actually does it. Okay, there are many people like you. I don't know who I am like. Not able to take care of a 4-legged a child. Yeah, a lot of people like me. A lot of people like me that prefer to just give support to those that have the calling. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing like grooming or things like that, but at the same time, you probably have to be better with animals than I am. I mean, I'm pretty good, but I can't be cruel to animals. I can't be cruel to animals. Other than my son Bolt calling his name very loudly when he's like about to set foot on the bed, or when I'm taking him for a walk in like 20 minutes. When he tries to pull on the leash, I'll say his name loudly and harshly, and then he just slows down. But that's about it. That's that's mine. That's what I do. You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.